I'm filming these intros after I filmed the video, and Editing Kelly is just gonna have so much fun. So much fun with this one. Oh, hi everyone! I am so excited for today's video. You have no idea. This video is actually also a beast of a video because I talk about a lot of books. So what are we doing today? I sat down and I tier ranked every single book that I read / listened to so far in 2022 that is also available on Kindle Unlimited. If you don't know what Kindle Unlimited is, it is a service that you pay for through, Kindle and Amazon, where you can get access, unlimited access to a whole bunch of books. What is it, like $9.99 a month? You can check out 20 books at a time, and it's definitely a service that is completely worth it. For me, I also use their Whisper Sync option with Audible, where you can get the discounted audiobook as well. So I purchase a lot of audiobooks through that. It's like amazing. So again, the rule for this tier ranking was if it's available on KU, I put it in the video. Again, doesn't mean that I read all of these books on my Kindle. I did listen to some of them on audio, but this is just going to give you a general idea of what is out there on Kindle Unlimited. What are my thoughts on a lot of very popular books? I feel like I have all of like the heavy hitters of KU romance books in here. Obviously, it's all of these books are romance, a lot of spicy books, a lot of dark romance, because that is just my vibe. And did I mention that I counted and there are 80 books? 80 so far in 2022. I have read like 150 something books so far this year, and almost like, what is that, like almost 70% of them, I'm not good at math, are KU books. So clearly you can tell what my vibe is. Obviously, that's a lot of books to talk about, and I tried to go through them as quickly as I could. I mean, you're gonna get a whole bunch of book recs. This is the video if you want book recs. Okay, so let me wrap up this intro and let's just get right on into me ranking every single Kindle Unlimited book that I have read so far this year. Okay, so let's get into the rankings. I am so excited. So this is the tier list that I created that you can see on the screen. My tiers, they make sense to me. I think they're pretty easy, to understand, but let's just go through them. So the first tier is God tier. Now, the thing about me is if I love a book and it's like a beyond 5-star read for me, I always call it like a God tier book. So these are books that are like literally above and beyond all-time favorites. I'm literally obsessed with them. They're comfort books. They're perfect. Like I'm just literally like so obsessed. Then under that we have Loved It. These are also 5-star books, but they're not like 5-star books that I'm like, they consume a very large chunk of my brain and my thoughts. That makes sense, where it's like I loved it, but it's not like an ultimate like top tier book for me. Then under that we have Solid. So these are books that I totally recommend. They're probably like a 4-star. I really enjoyed them. I think they're really strong. They're solid. I'm not like in love with them, but I think that they're really good. Then we have Okay. So again, these are kind of like 3-star reads. They're fine. I don't think they're bad, but I also don't think that they're like the best of the best. Like they're truly just like okay. And then on the bottom we have Just Know. Speaks for itself, and actually there will be a couple in Just Know, so prepare for that. Those answers are actually probably going to be really controversial. Okay, let's just, let's just start here. So Scream for Us by Molly Doyle is gonna go in Loved It. This was actually a reread for me because Molly was so kind and sent me the audiobook of this. So I listened to it on audio. I mean, the audio is so well done. This is just a short and spicy Halloween themed novella. It's a reverse harem. It is very dark, very spicy, like not beginner dark romance. It's definitely, there's, you know, some violence and stuff. Do your research on it, but I think this series is so fun. There is a sequel called Melt for Us, which is just as great. That's a Christmas themed one, and then the characters in those 2 novellas are getting a full-length book that she's working on, and I'm really excited. I love this world, I love these characters, and Molly Doyle writes great spice. So if you want a short, spicy dark romance, totally check it out, and the audiobook is so hot. And we have Twisted Games by Anna Huang. What an easy god tier. This is a Princess Bodyguard romance, book 2 in her Twisted series. I love this book so much. Age gap, Grumpy Sunshine. It's a comfort book. It's perfect. It's flawless. I talk about this book all the time. Like, you know that it's god tier. Perfect. Perfect, 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 perfect. And we have Scarred by Emily McIntyre. This is book 2 in her Never After series. I'm gonna put this as loved it. I mean, Hooked from this series is like the god tier book for me, but understand I love the Never After series. I have book 3 hiding in here somewhere as well. I think that they're so good. They're inspired by like villains. This book is inspired by like The Lion King and like Scar, and I just ate it up. I had so much fun with it. I think it's really entertaining. This one is a period piece too, which I love. It's like a royal romance, a lot of morally gray characters, you know, another dark romance. Absolutely adore this series. Like, I cannot recommend it enough. Then we have Haunting Adeline, god tier, baby. You know what, let me just find the sequel. Yeah, Hunting Adeline. So this is a duet. This is the Cat and Mouse duet by H.G. Carlton. Literally some of my favorite shit that I've ever read. Please understand, it's very dark, it's very intense. Please do please check your triggers on it, especially book 2 is even darker than book 1. This is like a stalker romance, but Zayd and Addie are everything to me. I love H.G. Carlton, the author, as well. She's amazing. She's so freaking nice and cool. And yeah, just 2 of my favorite dark romances ever. Again, book 2, Hunting, is definitely a lot darker than book 1, so I really like to recommend this series and tell you guys to just, again, do your research on it. But I love it so much. I truly just love the aesthetics. Like, I love the vibes. Like, Addie lives in like this old house, and it's so cool. Like, I ate this book up. It's really like so special in my opinion, and it's unlike anything that I've ever read, which is why it's like a god tier, and I'm so obsessed with it. Like, I would reread this in a heartbeat. What's next? Okay, see, this is where it's like, do we just want to put the series together? I think we should. Okay, so here we have Lessons in Corruption. This is the first book in the Fallen Men series by Gianna Darling. Again, if you follow me on any other social medias, you know that the Fallen Men series is my life. I love this series with my whole heart. They are motorcycle club, age gap, taboo romances. So we're gonna put the first book, Lessons in Corruption, in loved it. This is a student teacher one. I love this one. People have mixed feelings about it because it's like a reverse age gap where she's the older one and that student teacher aspect. But when I tell you, I love this book. Like, I thought it was so fun, and it made me want to continue on with the series. I did listen to the whole series on audio. I own all of them physically. Again, one of my favorite series of all time. Like, every book is just exactly my taste. I just think this book is so fun. I literally love it. And then where is book 2? Where's Daddy Zeus? There he is. If you know, you know. God tier. So this is book 2. Welcome to the Dark Side. This is a very heavy age gap romance. He's literally, Zeus is King's dad. This book is just written for me. I don't even have to say much about it, except that it is exactly my taste. Daddy Zeus is like one of the #1 loves of my life, like the fictional man of my dreams. And I think about this book all day, every day. It's literally one of my favorite books of all time. It's everything. You know. If you know, you know. Good Gone Bad. This is book 3. I like kind of want to put this in loved it because I really did, but I also just kind of want to put it in solid. I don't know. I don't think about this book as much as, you know, like even like these two. So, you know what, maybe I'm gonna put it in solid. This is book 3, Harley Rose, who is Zeus's daughter, King's sister. All of these books are dual POV, by the way, which I love. They have great action. They are on the darker side, so you can look up triggers and content warnings for them as well. I just think this book is so fun, and I feel like this is the most underrated book in the series. I really like this one. And then after that, we have After the Fall. Sadly, even though, you know, the series as a whole is an all-time favorite, like, please, every book in the Fallen Men series I recommend. I think they're so fun. Like, again, one of my favorite series of all time. After the Fall was just okay. This actually follows King and Cressida again. I just, like, I don't know. Aside from this, like, grand, like, crazy event that happens in After the Fall, I truly do not think about this book and could barely tell you what happens in this book. So that's why it is going in just okay. And then after that, we have Inked in Lies, which I'm going to put as solid. I know that this is, like, the god tier book for a lot of people who love the Fallen Men series. Like, I actually think all of my friends who I'm thinking about who love the Fallen Men series, Inked in Lies is their favorite. They love Nova. Listen, I get it, but for some reason, it fell ever so flat to me compared to the other ones. But again, it's really good. I love that he's a tattoo artist and all of that. I thought that was really cool. And then finally, Dead Man Walking. It's so hard. I kind of want to put it God tier, but I also, I guess, like, loved it. I don't know. Like, these are definitely my two favorites, Welcome to the Dark Side and Dead Man Walking, which is very funny because Dead Man Walking follows Priest and Bia, and Bia is literally Lulu's sister. So, you know, I just love my sisters because it's like, basically, if Zeus wasn't in the picture, Priest would be my favorite Fallen Men man. This book is also definitely the darkest one. A little bit more violence in it. That's why some people maybe don't connect with it as much. But I don't know, like, I really love this book. I'm gonna keep it in God tier. I really love this book, and I think about this book a lot as well. So you know what? It's gonna stay in God tier. My Irish man. I love Priest. Literally love him so much. And again, on audio, that Irish accent, chef's kiss. Okay, then we have All Roads Lead Here, which is from my Mariana Zapata binge. So you'll see a couple of her books as well. I think maybe, you know what, let's just do all of the Mariana Zapata books also. All Roads Lead Here, to the shock of no one, is a God tier. I mean, this is a age gap romance. I think all Mariana Zapata books are basically slow burn romance, like all Mariana Zapata books are. This one is a single dad romance, so that's why, you know, God tier. You will learn what my taste is very quickly. I love age gap romances, obviously. I love single dad romances. They hit the spot every time. This one was so good. It is the slowest of slow burns. Like, the beginning is okay, but once you get to, like, the last part where the couple is, like, being coupley and they're really, like, opening up to each other and just, you know, being more affectionate, I was losing my mind. I was screeching. I couldn't help it. I love this book. I love Daddy Rhodes, one of my favorite fictional men. I would die for that man. Then we'll do Hands Down was solid. This is like a friends to lovers. It is connected in the Wall of Winnipeg and Me universe. It was fine. It was cute. Do I really remember much of it? No. So it's gonna stay in solid. Luna and the Lie is God tier as well. This book is extremely underrated. They're co-workers. Again, big age gap as well. I mean, like, I just thought it was so good. This book also had me, like, screeching. Like, I was, like, there were moments in here when I was listening to it on audio that I would just be like, huh! Like, I loved it. I ate this book up. And again, I think it is extremely underrated. So please check out Luna and the Lie if you haven't and you like Mariana Zapata books. Then we're gonna do Lingus. I'm gonna put in just okay. This book was really fun because I like the concept where it's like the girl meets the guy at, like, an adult film expo. He's an adult film star. And I had fun listening to it on audio. Like, I didn't think it was bad. Just another book that I can barely remember what happens in it. I literally only remember one thing, which is that there's a dog. They get a dog at some point. So I guess that's all you need to know about that. Then I'm seeing where the other Mariana Zapata books. There it is. Under Lock. I kind of want to put Under Lock. I don't know if I want to put it in Loved It or Solid. fine, you know what, I'll put it in solid. This is like a motorcycle club, actually, coworker romance as well. He's a tattoo artist, which was really cool. I mean, it's definitely not motorcycle vibes like, you know, Fallen Men. It's definitely more tame. But I thought it was fun in the moment. I really enjoyed it. I liked the audiobook. It definitely is the spiciest Mariana Zapata book that I've ever read, if that matters to you. But I think it was really, it was solid. Like, I enjoyed it. Do I think about it that much? No, but you know, I liked it. I liked it. I mean, like, Dex was hot, but he was no Rip or Rhodes. Do you know what I mean? Okay, I think I got all the Mariana Zapata. Oh, no, I didn't. I didn't get all the Mariana Zapata books. This one is going to be controversial, but I don't care. Culty, I think, is just okay. I was not into Culty like I wanted to be. This is a coach player romance. It's soccer. I just really did not care for what was happening in this book until the very end. Like, I really, like, the point of Mariana Zapata slow burns and why I love them is I think the characters, like the couple, has such great moments leading up to when they actually, like, you know, share their feelings and like be coupley and like whatever, get together. And they have such great moments, like in All Roads Lead Here and Luna and the Lie and Wall of Winnipeg and Me, etc. But in Culty, I don't think they had really good moments, like, or memorable moments leading up to when they got together at the end. Like, I thought the ending was cute. That was fun. But like the whole beginning of the book, I actually couldn't tell you what happened. I barely remember what happened in this book. I didn't like it. I really don't understand the love for this one. Yeah, I just didn't like it. I didn't vibe with it at all. I really found it quite boring. I'll say it. It's not a just no. I would still recommend it, but it's definitely the true definition in my eyes, in my opinion, that it was just okay. Okay, now we got all of the Mariana Zapata ones. Yes, 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 yes. Now, well, with Punk 57, we are moving on to another author binge that I did, which is the Penelope Douglas marathon. This one I had a lot of fun with. Let's start with Punk 57. I think Punk 57, I'm kind of torn between putting it in solid and just okay. I had a lot of fun listening to it on audio. Do I ever think about this book? No. But do I actually really recommend this book? Yes. Like, I think it's fun. Like, I don't think it's not bad. Like, people love to shit on this book for absolutely no reason. It's actually really good. So, you know what? I'm gonna put it in solid. I really like it. I think it's fun. I think the concept is really cool and unique. Punk 57 is they're seniors in high school. It's a bully romance. They're like pen pals. So basically the guy meets the girl in person one day and is like, oh my god, this is the girl that I've been talking to since we were kids and we were like assigned in the school assignment for, but then she's like a popular like stuck-up girl and he like kind of bullies her. I don't think it's that intense of like a bully romance, especially compared to Devil's Night series, which we'll get into. I just think it's a fun, easy listen. I like the pen pal element of it. I thought that was really cool and fun. Again, is it anything special? No. But do I think it's solid? Absolutely. Credence would be a loved it if it ended like how I wanted it to end. So I'm just gonna put it in solid. This is probably P. Doug's most controversial book. It is taboo because it is step siblings. It's about this girl who, after her parents die, she ends up living with her step uncle and step cousins. I don't care about, you know, I love a taboo romance with step siblings. And also for this one, she didn't know that they existed. She didn't grow up with these people. It's just that after the parents died, the step uncle calls her and is like, oh, you know, you can stay with us. So again, it's not like she grew up with these people. She's literally just meeting them for the first time. And she does have relations with multiple people in this book, not at the same time it is or anything. It's not a reverse harem. It's literally just a she's having multiple relations. That's what people sometimes have a problem with. Uncle Jake is I love him literally so much. I am demanding justice for Uncle Jake, and that's all I'll say on the matter. I think Credence is still fun. If it's been on your radar and you like taboo dark romances, check it out. I mean, it's not that dark. It's really just the taboo element of it that people vibe with or they don't. I thought it was fun enough. Like, it's fine. Is it my favorite thing I've ever read? No. Do I think it's horrible? Absolutely not. Again, justice for Uncle Jake. If I ever met Penelope, I mean, I love them so much. Like, I'm really such a fan of their work and their writing style, and I think they're just so cool. I would be like, Uncle Jake, getting a book? When? Because that's what I want. I would like an Uncle Jake book. Please. It's what we deserve. We're gonna have, then I think we're gonna have our first Just Know, shockingly, Bully by Penelope Douglas. This is another high school bully romance. The thing is, it's not that I think this book is necessarily bad. I just felt really old while reading it. Like, I definitely think this book is for a younger audience. And I know this is the first book in a really popular series that they have. I just thought it was so boring. I've never cared less. I really have never cared about characters less. Again, it's not poorly written. Like, it wasn't cringy or anything. It just pulled very young to me. And listen, I don't mind a young adult book. Just something about this one I did not connect to, so I am gonna put it in Just Know. Then finally, the last books for the Penelope Douglas Marathon were the Devil's Night series, which is another bully romance series that is definitely really dark. So the first book in the series is Corrupt. Where's the picture for Corrupt? They're kind of cut off, but I can tell what they are. So this is Corrupt. I'm gonna put Corrupt in solid. I stand by that Corrupt is the weakest one in the series. I didn't love this book, but like, I enjoyed it enough. I also listened to this whole series on audio, which is what I would recommend because they are so long. These books are so long. I do kind of think they're so long and for what, but you know, they follow a friend group, which I love. Again, they're all dark bully romances. They take place in the present and in the past. You get flashbacks and then you get present day. They're all dual POV. Corrupt, again, was fine. I mean, it set the stage. Like, I think it sets the vibe for the series up pretty well. I just don't think it's anything special. Hideaway Book 2, I liked more than Corrupt, but I do also think that it's solid. Again, nothing special. I like Kai a lot, but compared to the other books in the series, I'm just like, it's solid. Like, it's fine. But we do have a god tier book from this series. Kill Switch, Damon and Winter story. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I loved this book. And it seems like a lot of Devil's Night people love this book as well. Maybe it's because Damon does get like his redemption arc in this book, but also I loved Winter. I just thought this book was so good. I love this book. This book is my baby. I adored this book. I had so much fun with it. I thought it was just, I felt all of the emotions. Again, Damon and Winter, like, I love this book so much. Honestly, the Devil's Night series is worth it just for this book. Like, please. And then Nightfall. Where did it go? Where's Nightfall? There it is. There it is. I couldn't find Nightfall for a second. Nightfall is the last book. I kind of want to put it in Loved It, but I also think it was just solid. But I don't know. Like, I had a really good time with Nightfall, and I definitely think about it the most after Kill Switch. So you know what, I'm gonna put Nightfall in Loved It. This is Will and Emery's story. It was really good. Is it a tad too long? Yeah, but I do think it wrapped up the series pretty well, and I did find what was going on in it really interesting, and in both parts. I like the flashback parts and I like the current day parts. So you know what, I'm gonna keep it in Loved It because I really enjoyed this book. And then actually that is all of the books from my like complete author marathons. So that's exciting. Okay, are we just gonna go into ranking another series? I guess we should. So here is Brutal Prince by Sophie Lark. First book in her Brutal Birthright Mafia series. Loved it. I love this book. This is an enemies to lovers, arranged marriage, so good. This series is fantastic. I love Sophie Lark. I love her Mafia books. I think this series is a fantastic beginner Mafia series because they are not too dark. I think they're really fun. I love all the characters. Great. Loved this book. I think, again, sets the stage for the series really well. Sophie's books have like quick writing, like they're really easy listens. I actually listened to this whole series on audio, and let me tell you something, they are fantastic audiobooks. Each audiobook has a different narrator. Each audiobook has different narrators and they're really fun, and I love this series. So Brutal Prince, book 1, loved it. Stolen Heir, which is a kidnapping romance, age gap, god tier. I love this book with every fiber of my soul. It is so freaking good. Savage Lover, book 3 was just okay. Wasn't really anything special to me. Bloody Heart, book 4, loved this book. It's so freaking good. Broken Vow, book 5. I kind of want to put it in loved it, but it's also solid. I don't know. You know what? We're going to put Broken Vow. We'll put it in loved it. I really did love that book. It's a Princess Bodyguard. So that was really fun. And then Heavy Crown, the last book. I don't know if I thought it was just okay or if it was solid. I don't really think about this book, but I definitely think about it more than Savage Lover. So you know what? We'll put it in solid. Okay, moving right along. So then we have Be Still My Heart, which is by Emily McIntyre and Savar Miller. This is a dark romance, standalone. It's like a murder mystery. I thought it was really solid. I listened to it on audio. I thought it was really well paced. It was a fun, like, dark romance listen in the moment. Is it anything like super special or standout to me? No. But again, it's like the true definition of it's really solid. I liked it a lot. And back into the Twisted series by Anna Huang. Twisted Hate, I'm gonna put as just okay. I have so many feelings about this book. I liked the couple, Josh and Jules. I liked the enemies to lovers aspect, but this book was way too long and there were certain plot points that I truly thought were so unnecessary. And I was like struggling to finish this book because I thought it went on for too long. It's not my favorite. I do think a lot of it should have been cut and trimmed down, so that's why it's gonna stay in okay. Then we have, let's just put Twisted Lies. Twisted Lies I thought was really solid. I liked this. This is the last book in the series that just came out. I thought I really liked the age gap element to it. I liked the fake dating element to it. It still was a touch long, but I like how it wrapped up the series. I thought the epilogue was really cute. I definitely liked this book way more than Twisted Hate and Twisted Love. It's not anywhere close to Twisted Games, but it was good enough. Okay, should we put some more in Just No? Because I know what those books are. Let's just get it out of the way now. 1 and 2, absolutely not. This is probably my most controversial opinion, but when it comes to me and the Ravenhood series, it's truly just no. I listen to these books on audio, which is how people love to listen to these books. I've never cared less. Of all of the books that you're going to see on here, these are the books that I have never cared less about. Literally never in my life. I've never cared. I just don't think these books have a plot. Like, where is the plot? I couldn't even explain to you what these books are about. I don't think the characters are likable. I don't like anything that's going on. No. I'm not even gonna talk about it too much. Just know that they are not for me. I understand that they're really popular and people literally are so ride or die for them. I just unfortunately didn't see the appeal in them. I would read more Kate Stewart books. Just these ones, just no. Are there any more just no books? Oh yes, there are. Okay. Let's also put Sabotage in Just No as well. This is a short taboo. It's another step sibling romance by, her name is Chantel something. Okay, what you need to understand about Sabotage, it is just straight spice and smut. I have never described a book as filthy. This book is filthy. Listen, I understand people who enjoy it. Like, I thought I was going to enjoy it, but really there was just something that kept happening in a lot of the spicy scenes that made it just like not for me. I'm not gonna talk about it too much. It just was not my favorite dark, spicy novella that I've ever read. I think there are better out there. It was a no. I unfortunately had to give it 2 stars. No. I would still read more from this author though. She has her book, The Ritual, which I'm really interested in. So I'm not giving up on her. This book was just a no for me. Let's put, should we do IPB? Ice Planet Barbarians, loved it. The Icon. I love this book so freaking much. It's so fun. I mean, come on. I feel like everyone knows about Ice Planet Barbarians. Like, do I really have much to say about it? Both books, Ice Planet Barbarians and Barbarian Alien, I'm gonna put in loved it. Like, I just feel like in the series there's gonna be one that I'm like super, super obsessed with, you know? So I'm waiting for the God tier Ice Planet Barbarians book, but I think this series is so fun. They're so funny. I think Ruby Dixon is a genius. I worship the ground that she walks on. Like, I truly think she's a genius. Like, I'm being dead serious. I think that woman is a genius, and I love both of these books literally so much. I listen to them on audio, and they are the funniest audiobooks. Like, I think for a good time, you better read Ice Planet Barbarians. Like, they are so addicting, so fun, just obsessed, obsessed, obsessed. These are my babies. I love them so much. Truly everything to me. And now I'm having fun just like picking random books and placing them. Let's put, okay, because we're here, A Lady of Rooksgrave Manor. This is a monster reverse harem. This is one of my favorite books that I've read all year. This book is very smutty, but if you heard me right, I did say it's a monster reverse harem. And I am not the biggest monster romance girly, but it's hard because I don't read that many of them, and the ones that I've read I actually love. And this one is just incredible. No, I literally loved it. Everything about it is perfect in my eyes. I love how protective the main guys were over our main girl. I thought it was really well paced. I love the audiobook. I love all of the characters, the spice. Like, I just was so happy reading this book. I don't know why. I just was obsessed with every single thing that was happening. Like, this book is really special. This is one of my favorite books of the year so far. I am obsessed. I will defend this book until the end of time. Like, I literally love this book so much. Okay, then we have, let's do another God tier book, Mindfuck series. I mean, this is like 5 books in one. I wasn't gonna rank them all individually because truly the series as a whole is God tier. This is a dark romance. FBI agent falls in love with a serial killer. It's so iconic. It's just everything. I wish I could reread this series for the first time again. Every book is so fun. I can't recommend this series enough. Definitely check your trigger warnings on this as well. Some very dark stuff goes down, like our character's past is very dark. She's trying to get revenge on the people who wronged her, and it's just perfect. I've talked about it in a previous video. You will never see me shut up about the Mindfuck series because they are just very special books to me. I just loved it so much. Truly a God tier series. Still Beating by Jennifer Hartman. This is going to be controversial as well, but I think this book is just okay. This is a dark romance, kidnapping romance. I think I just went into this book with too high of expectations because it's kidnapping, it's dark romance. I was like, I'm going to eat this book up. I liked the beginning of this book. I think the first half of the book, where we're in the dark situations, is very strong. I think it's very well done. I think it was really effective, but the whole like second half of the book, I didn't care. I didn't grow to care about the couple like I wanted to. I didn't find the last part of the book that memorable, so unfortunately it's just okay for me. Just something about it was off. That's how I describe this book, where it was close to being a book that I really liked and enjoyed, but just something about it was off. So I truly think it's just okay. I barely recommend it because it wasn't that memorable for me, but I'm so sorry if this book is your favorite. I know a lot of people who love it so much. I really think it's just me. I was just being picky with it, I think, but you know, I would still recommend it. I would still recommend it. It's just not my favorite. Do the Fine Print and Terms and Conditions by Lauren Asher, her Dreamland Billionaire series. I love these books so much. Fine Print, such a solid Grumpy Sunshine romance. I loved this so much. I finished it really quickly, but Terms and Conditions, the marriage of convenience romance of my dreams. I love this book so much. Another book where reading it for the first time, the feeling that I got, the pure joy over this couple and seeing their relationship develop was perfect. Again, marriage of convenience, age gap, like Grumpy Sunshine, just perfect. Ding, ding, ding. This book is winner, winner, chicken dinner. I literally am obsessed with this book. I love Terms and Conditions. Another book that I've talked about previously, so you know it's my favorite. You will learn that it is my favorite. Obsessed. Then, The Never King and the Dark One by Nikki St. Crow. I love this series. This is a not complete series, just so you know. It's a reverse harem. These books are flawless in my opinion because they are short and to the point. They are so well paced. Every character is good. This is a Peter Pan inspired reverse harem. These books, you know, are special because I finished them in a day. Like each book I read in one sitting. So when The Never King came out, finished it in one sitting. Dark One came out, finished it in one sitting. I rarely do that unless the book is like really short and just really captures my attention, and that's what these books are. I think they're so fun. If you like dark romances, you like reverse harems, you haven't picked them up yet, what are you doing? But again, be warned, this book does end on a cliffhanger, and the third book is coming out, I think, by the end of the year. I don't know if it's coming out in September. Maybe I'm wrong, but it's coming eventually. And I just love this series, and I'm so happy that it's getting a lot of hype because I think it's really, really great. And we have Ignite by Melanie Harlow. I'm gonna put it in God tier. I love this book. It's a single dad romance, okay? Single dad, age gap, he's a firefighter, small town. I mean, there's not much else to say except that, you know, my taste is clear, people. My taste is clear. I love this book. I can't wait to start reading more from Melanie Harlow. I really like her writing. This book is chef's kiss. Then we have Carnage by Sarah Bailey. I don't know if I want to put it in Loved It or God tier. I'm going to put it in Loved It for now because this is the first book in another dark romance reverse harem series. I'm reading the second book this month. I'm so excited. I loved this book. Let me just say, look up trigger warnings for this series as well. The spice, Sarah Bailey's spice, is insane. That woman, this book lives in my mind rent-free. I loved it so much. I can't wait to see what happens in the rest of the series. I'm not going to put it in God tier because I feel like another book in the series could be God tier. It is a complete series. I think there's 3 more books. Well, it's like 4 books for the 4 Horsemen. So, yep. Carnage is going to stay in Loved It. 5-star book. Fan-freaking-tastic. Praise by Sarah Kate, I'm going to put in Loved It. I forgot to add in Eyes on Me, which is the second book after Praise in her Salacious Players Club series. That is also a Loved It. This is age gap, ex-boyfriend's dad. Fantastic. Listen to it on audio. Great spice. This book is so fun. Love Sarah Kate, and I'm so happy that this series is getting a lot of hype. It's great. The Devil by Ashley Jade is the first book in like a taboo dark romance duet. I never finished the second book. Well, I didn't start it. This book was crazy. I still don't know how I feel about this book. I listened to it on audio. It is very short. And it's a taboo age gap situation. I mean, the spice was crazy. The plot was crazy. There were so many plot twists. Like, if you want a crazy, unhinged book, The Devil is for you. I mean, I thought it was fun enough. I definitely keep meaning to get to book 2, but it's not a book that I really think about. But let me tell you, in the moment, I had a lot of fun with it. It's just nothing super special in my opinion. Okay, then we have Promises and Pomegranates by Savar Miller. Loved it. This is a mafia romance, Hades and Persephone inspired, age gap, all that goodness. I need to continue on with the rest of the books in this series. They're not like connected or anything, but I really love this book. I love Savar Miller's writing. I thought it was really fun, some great spice. I love this book. I recommend this book a lot. If you need a mafia rec, go for this one. Speaking of mafia books, Mafia Mistress, flawless. This is a flawless mafia book in my opinion. I will prepare to be sick of me. It's a very big age gap. Ex-fiance, well, it's like she's supposed to marry the son, but then that doesn't work out, so she hooks up with the dad, and it's just perfect, okay? First book in a duet. Again, my taste is clear. I can't make my taste any more obvious at this point. I freaking love this book with every fiber of my soul. Flawless. Okay, Protecting Her Honor by Cece Monroe was a really cute friends to lovers book. Cece's so nice. She's one of my author pals. I had a lot of fun with this. It's short. It has some great spice. It's best friend, single mom as well. We love a single mom vibe. I thought it was really, really cute. Same with Caught Caught by Love by Melissa Foster. This was a cute small town romance as well. I actually loved that the main character was a makeup artist. I'm a makeup artist. We love to see it. This book had some great spice as well. It was really fun. Again, nothing that I think about too often, but in the moment, I really enjoyed it. Then what should we do? Ooh, oh my God. You know what? Property of the Mountain Man. The feminine urge to put this in God tier, but I'm gonna put it in loved it. Okay, I don't care. My legacy is recommending this book series as often as I can and just causing chaos. Property of the Mountain Man is the first book in a series that follows brothers. These are age gap romances. You need to leave your feminism out the door when you read this series. If you just want something that is pure chaos and fun with very protective, like, alpha men, this series is for you. If that's not your vibe, don't even look at it. Don't even think of it. These books are absolutely crazy, but they are short. They are addicting. I'm having a lot of fun with this series, I'll just say that. But I will say the sequel, Owned by the Mountain Man, I'm gonna put in solid. I mean, I really enjoyed it, but this book was even crazier than this one. Like, you really need to leave your feminism at the door with this one. Like, what the main guy does is very problematic, and it's not gonna be for everyone. I think this is like the most controversial one out of the series. I haven't finished the series yet, but you know, I thought it was still fun. It just, like, I liked this one way more. But again, can't wait to continue on with this absolutely batshit crazy series. Okay. Okay, then we have these Cora Riley mafia books. These are the books in her, what are they? Is this the Born in Blood mafia series? I think so. I will say these are not my favorite mafia books. I don't think about these books very often. I did binge them all, like, on audio. I thought that they were okay. Like, Bound by Duty, which is book 2, just okay. I really didn't care for the couple in this book at all. Bound by Hatred, though, I'm gonna put in solid. This is an enemies to lovers story. I did really enjoy this. This is probably my favorite in the series. After Bound by Hatred, the next book is Bound by Temptation. I'm gonna put this in just okay. I can barely remember what happened in this book. Bound by Vengeance, I really liked. I definitely think about these two books the most from this series, so I'm gonna put this in solid. And then Bound by Love, I'm actually gonna put in just no. This book follows characters from book 1 again, and it just felt so unnecessary, and there was a lot of repetition. I don't know. Like, I feel like you need to read the series in order because they keep referring to, like, past events from, like, the previous books, and, like, it's very unnecessary. I do think they're good beginner mafia books, but are they anything special? No. Like, I would definitely go for Brutal Birthright over this series. Speaking of Sophie Lark again, let's do There Are No Saints, solid. This is the first book in her, like, serial killer duet. I like the vibes. I like the art element of it. Do I think this book is anything special? No. I especially don't think the sequel is anything special. Unfortunately, I really think There Is No Devil. Book 2 in the duet is just okay. A lot of flashbacks in this book as well that I felt were unnecessary. I liked the ending and, like, the action, but I really was struggling with this book too. Even though it's short, like, I would recommend this duet. Like, it's a quick, easy read, but it just, I don't know. It's not anything special to me by far. Definitely my least favorite Sophie Lark books. Then the Jessica Kane novellas of it all. Jessica Kane writes really spicy, absolutely batshit crazy novellas. They're literally, they're wild. Like, you need to understand that they are just pure smut and fun. Caught by the Convicts, I'm not even going to talk about it. Just know that I loved it, and I had so much fun with it, and I think it's fantastic. Truck Driver, I'm going to put in just okay. This is the second Jessica Kane novella. These are the two. Caught by the Convicts is the first one. Truck Driver is the second one. This one just didn't make me feel as happy as Caught by the Convicts did. Like, Caught by the Convicts is low-key a masterpiece, and I said what I said. I loved it so much. Truck Driver I thought was fine. I think a lot of Jessica Kane books, their age gap, she loves like a virgin trope and, like, all that shit. I mean, her stuff is wild, but I think she's incredible. I mean, that woman has enough smutty novellas. You'll never stop. If you need something if you need to get out of a slump and you like spicy books, pick up a Jessica Kay novella. I think you'll have a fun time. It Ain't Me Babe by Tilly Cole was also, I liked it a lot, but I do think it's solid. This is the first book in her Motorcycle Club series. I like the fact that like the main girl is like escaping a cult. I thought that was really cool. It's not the most memorable thing in the world, but it did make me interested in reading the rest of the series. I will continue on. But, you know, I thought it was fine. Check your triggers for this as well. It's a, like I said, it's a dark romance. Motorcycle Club series, dual POV, which is great. Listen to it on audio. I really liked it. When Heroes Fall by Gianna Darling is the first book in her Mafia duet. I loved this. Thought it was so fun. Dual POV, age gap. She's a lawyer. He's in the Mafia. I think this book is so good. I need to read the sequel. I like need to get to the sequel, but I loved this. I mean, I love Gianna Darling, so who's surprised? Wretched by Emily McIntyre, book 3 in the Never After series. I loved this one as well. I thought it was so good. This one's a lot shorter than Scarred, which was great. It was very well paced, inspired by The Wicked Witch from Wizard of Oz, which is one of my favorite movies of all time. I love this book. I love this book. It's a reverse, it's like a reverse where the girl is the morally gray one and the guy is like an undercover agent like trying to take down her family, but you know, they like fall in love, like forbidden love. It's just, it was so good and fun. I love this book so much. I cannot wait for book 4 in the series, which she just announced. The X-Files by Morgan Elizabeth was also really solid. I love this book. It's a great small town rom-com. Enemies to lovers, great spice. It was really fun, really cute, really short. If you like romance books and you need one to add like contemporary romances, with again, great spice. Like there's great spice in this book. Add this one to your TBR, but we're almost done. We just have 2 more series and then a standalone. Let's do the Colleen Hoover of it all. Reminders of Him I thought was really solid. It's definitely a Colleen Hoover book that I like more than the other Colleen Hoover books, so that was good. I listened to this on audio. You could get the audiobook for free when you downloaded it to your KU library. I mean, I love the mother and child aspect of this. That is going to be a soft spot for me. I did shed a tear or two at the end. Do I think about this book? No, but again, do I like it over a lot of other Colleen Hoover books? Yes. Okay, and then we have this series by J.T. Geisinger, the Mafia series. First book is Ruthless Creatures. Loved this. So good. He's like her neighbor, and there's just some great spice in here. It's really fun. There's great banter. I had a great time with it. Everyone talks about how good this series is on audio. I totally agree. It is fantastic on audio. Thought this book was really fun, but the fact that book 2 and book 3 are god tier. Why is no one talking about book 3, Savage Hearts? I feel like everyone is talking about Carnal Urges, but Savage Hearts was so good. Like, look at me. Look at me. This book was so freaking good. These are actually both kidnapping romances, but they're definitely very different in tone, where like Carnal Urges is very like lighthearted and funny. Like Sloane is like a really great character. Everyone loves her. Savage Hearts is a little bit more serious, but there is still like great banter between them, but like they're definitely very different in tone. And actually, oh my god, that's so funny that they're under Welcome to the Dark Side and Dead Men Walking. These follow sisters as well. So Sloane is this one, and then her sister is this one. Why can't I remember her name? Oh my god, I'm so mad at myself. I can't remember her name. But anyways, so both of these books are fantastic. The last book in the series, Brutal Vows, did just come out on audio, and I am so excited to listen to it on audio, because when I tell you this series on audio is chef's kiss, they are truly chef's kiss. And then finally, the most recent books that I've read, so they are very top of mind. We have the Hoops trilogy by Kennedy Ryan, Block Shot, I'm gonna put in solid. I thought this one was really enjoyable. This is book 2 in the series. This is like a friends to lovers. I thought it went on a tad too long, but I do think all Kennedy Ryan books are extremely well written and she writes really great characters. This one just wasn't a standout for me. Long Shot, I absolutely adored this book. This book is very heavy, like please understand, very dark, heavy triggers. It is very powerful and just very moving, but it does have a lot of intense moments. So again, please do your research on it, but it is one of the best books that I read all year. Hookshot, I think I'm gonna put in God tier. This is a single dad, age gap. She works in fashion. I love Lotus and Keenan so much. I adored this book. I really just adored this book so much. Obviously, I mean, like all the other books up there, the age gap of it all, the single dad of it all, I just thought this book had incredible like banter as well. I felt like I was in the relationship with them. Like I got the tingles, I got like butterflies. I adored this book. It is so good. Guys, that was a beast. That was a long video. There was a lot of talking. Hopefully editing Kelly can cut that shit down and it wasn't like a whole ass movie that you were watching, but I had so much fun tier ranking all of my Kindle Unlimited reads for the year. If there are any Kindle Unlimited books that I missed and you think I should check out, drop them in the comments below. As always, follow me on any of my other social medias, TikTok, Instagram, subscribe if you want more book recs. This was so much fun and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!